Hi everyone, I'm Jackie Ramsey-Tolman and I serve Essex Westford as your Director of Learning and Instructional Impact. And I'm thrilled to be talking with you all today about our professional learning community, our response to intervention, and our MTSS work here in Essex Westford School District. Schools that operate as professional learning communities are not simply working hard, they are working hard on the right things. Their efforts are focused on building shared knowledge around the most effective research-based practices that have been proven to positively impact student learning. This is the genius of the 4 critical questions that form the primary focus and drive the collaborative teams in a professional learning community. Each question builds a team's knowledge and capacity in an area that is critical to student success. Question 1 asks, what do we want all of our students to know and be able to do? Answering this question requires teams to agree upon the most essential standards that they will ensure all students learn and that they will assess at their school in their grade levels. To create this guaranteed and viable curriculum, teams must not only determine the essentials, but also must agree upon what level of performance constitutes proficiency. Answering question 2, which is how will we know if our students have learned, requires teams to become skilled at creating common formative assessments. This powerful practice measures learning along the way and serves 3 important purposes. First, it enables teachers to compare the effectiveness of different instructional approaches and learn about which instructional approach was most effective for a particular group of students. Second, teachers can provide specific targeted feedback to students to help them understand their next steps in learning. Teams can also use this data to group students by individual skills for targeted intervention and enrichment. Question 3 is what will we do if our students are not learning? And question 4 is what will we do if our students have learned and they are ready to move to the next step? These questions require us to create a multi-tiered system of support, or MTSS. An effective multi-tiered system of support can guarantee additional time and support for students who require intervention while also providing meaningful enrichment and extension for students who are ready for those next steps. Creating this level of support cannot be best done by just one teacher in their own classroom. Instead, it requires a school-wide collective effort, utilizing the specialized training and unique talents of each staff member. This collaborative approach can only be achieved if a school is functioning as a professional learning community. And if a PLC school wants to effectively answer the third critical question of that process, which is how will we respond when students do not learn, response to intervention is the best way to achieve this outcome, as it provides a roadmap for a comprehensive and effective multi-tiered system of support for all students. This approach is called a multi-tiered system of intervention because students are not moved from tier to tier. Instead, the tiers are cumulative. All students need effective initial teaching on grade level essential standards at Tier 1. In addition to Tier 1, some students will need additional time and support in meeting those grade level essential standards at Tier 2. And in addition to Tier 2, some students will need intensive help in learning essential outcomes from previous years. Equally important, this tiered approach can be equally beneficial when applied to extending student learning beyond those grade level essentials. The fundamental mission of collaborative time in a professional learning community is to focus on student learning. Professional learning community work and response to intervention instruction are not 2 distinct programs or things, but instead they are ongoing processes that strive toward these same outcomes, high levels of learning for all students. Schools that function as professional learning communities and use response to intervention instruction have an unrelenting focus on problem solving to close achievement gaps. They work collaboratively on the right work and take collective responsibility to meet the needs of all students with target-by-target data analysis and then swift action. By focusing on these factors that we can control, we create systems that serve the needs of all students regardless of demographics, and using this approach yields results that previously have not been attained and bring us closer to achieving our vision. Thank you so much.